Good morning, guys. So, what's up for the project class this week? You probably feel like you've been hit hard in the first few weeks of class, and it is important to me that you realize how involved this class is and also get you working on your project sooner rather than later. So if you encounter a problem, we can correct it. So this week is more analysis of your project, and you have a questionnaire that you started last week that you're actually going to pretend, or not pretend, you are going to answer it, but the pretend point will be is if you don't have anybody who can answer the questions, then you are going to have to put yourself in the place of the client and answer the questions, or have a friend do so. Some of your questionnaires were very lacking technically for questions. You just asked yes/no questions. That's not going to be enough when you are pursuing a project. So you may have to redo some of your questions so that they're better worded to get more details out of a client. Also, you're going to have a project budget. And what's here is I need you to do it in Excel. And no, you're not going to know what things cost yet. Do an estimate. I'll probably make suggested changes to it, and that's okay. I don't expect you to really know all about budgeting right now. I just want you to make an effort here and do it in Excel. I've already had a question about the project scope and how is that different from the proposal. Well, a scope is a little bit more of a summary of the project and what all it will involve or not involve. So when you scope out a project, you're saying what you will do now, what things might be later, and what things might not be addressed at all. So it's more of a summary. It's not as long as the formal proposal. I make you do these things several times, hoping that you yourself might catch something that needs to be changed, updated, or enhanced. And sometimes you will, and sometimes I'll catch them for you. Last but not least is what you're going to do is post your formal analysis, which you did last week, to the discussion board. And you are going to look at each other's proposal and respond with suggestions, positive suggestions, or things you might question or suggest that they think about. So I want you all to be, at this point, looking at each other's projects. You're going to see some great ones, and offering some suggestions. Please do not say great idea and that's all you put. Everybody needs to come up with something positive and something that might be enhanced or something for them to think about. Being able to help a coworker with a project is invaluable in this field. You want to be able to communicate your ideas. Those ideas might not be used, but you need to be able to give feedback and suggestions in a positive or pleasant way, and not just a negative criticism of what that person has come up with. So I need you to practice this with this assignment. And that's all that you're going to get. I'm going to ask that those discussion board posts get up there and you get the feedback in pretty quick, so that for next week, which would be due on the 14th, which of course will be Valentine's Day, which will be the formal analysis for correction and feedback and a grade. So I'm sitting here thinking, maybe I didn't say that right. What was due this week is your formal analysis, but not for me to review, but for your peers to review. I think I might have said project proposal, and if I did, please excuse me. So due this week is your formal proposal, but in the discussion board, not to me yet, for a grade. Okay, hope that clarified everything. Remember, the Super Bowl is Sunday. Please get your work in early so you don't have to miss watching the Super Bowl to complete these assignments. And I guess that's all. Have a great weekend. Go Panthers.